Hello friends, Sarah Sunstone here, and welcome back to Thinking Out Loud. Today, I will be sharing my thoughts on Crescent County, an upcoming open-world life simulation game set on a witch tech solarpunk island. Thank you so much to Electric Saint for taking care of creators like me and kindly sponsoring today's video. And now, without any further ado, let's get right into it. Crescent County takes place on the Isle of Moor, a beautiful moon-shaped island mapped by crisscrossed magical ley lines, which give it a unique culture of witch tech and motorbrooms. These ley lines are both the island's power source and also allow the locals to get around. The island is divided into 3 main regions with many beautiful points of interest to discover, like charming towns, seaside lighthouses, beautiful lakes, a flour mill, the Hilltop Observatory, and more. In this title, you play as Lou, a messy young adult who has just moved to the island to start a new life as she tries to figure herself out. Upon settling in, she falls in love with the exhilarating world of motorbrooms. However, there is a rumor that end times for this method of traversal is on the horizon as ley lines begin to fail. So the island is sort of in disarray in preparation for a last hurrah festival, although not everyone around the island is convinced that this day is actually going to come. There's definitely lots of lore and backstory for Lou to uncover as she settles into her new life, but first she has to make a living. To both earn a paycheck and start to get to know the locals, you'll work as a courier, making deliveries by way of Motorbroom. First, you'll strategically plan out your day by picking your jobs before setting up your broom and zipping around to accomplish everything. You won't need to worry about getting lost because you'll have your trusty flip phone, which not only allows you to communicate with the local residents, but also serves as a map. However, these aren't always ordinary deliveries. Sometimes you'll actually be given special requests from your clients, like throwing a package into a lake or setting off fireworks. Some of the requests will even offer unique minigames. For example, this resident needed help herding a flock of sheep back into their pen. At night, you can use your motorbroom to race the locals across a variety of courses, through abandoned power stations, wind turbines, and more. You can even find secret shortcuts to really impress your rivals. While the motorbroom racing culture on the Isle of Moor is quite strong, the races are as competitive as you want them to be, with the main goal being just for everyone to have a good time. It's really about the friends you make along the way. To become the ultimate racer, you can trick out your motorbroom at Beau's workshop with an assortment of upgrades that enhance handling, improve your maximum speed, and increase your carrying capacity to help you with making deliveries. You can also customize the appearance of your motorbroom to really make it your own. What's more is that you can also change up your broom's abilities by altering its ley line resonance with something called a sigil sticker. These unlockables can offer you special powers like phase shift and time rewind. Now, I wanted to share my first impressions on how the motorbroom controls, because you're going to be spending a lot of time getting around the island with this method of transportation. I'm pretty selective with driving and driving adjacent controls. I honestly find that most of them just don't click with me. However, I am very happy to report that the motorbroom controls in Crescent County feel tight and polished, even in this earlier stage of development. You can definitely tell the developers have spent a lot of time refining the motorbroom controls so that players will have a really nice time zipping around Crescent County. I played with a controller, which is recommended, and it felt really smooth. You can just coast along and go at your own pace, but you can also pick up speed by performing drifts, which will give you a nice boost. The really neat thing too is that since you're cruising around on a motorbroom, you can actually float through the sky from higher points. So you can just glide off of a cliff and then boost through wind turbines to pick up some extra speed. The controls are also very easy to pick up and play, in my opinion, and I appreciated that there is also really nice haptic feedback for the ride. I definitely found myself entering this sort of zen flow state while I was playing, especially coupled with the chill lo-fi soundtrack, which I loved. So if you're looking for a game that you can just kick back with and calm your mind, this could be a great pick for you. But hey, you can try it out for yourself with the free demo that is currently available on Steam. Now, your experience with the Motorbroom will only improve as you acquire upgrades, and the better your broom, the more jobs you can complete. As you work as a courier, helping the locals along the way, you will get to know their struggles, but also endless gossip. Now, as I previously mentioned, this is also a life simulation game, with a very colorful cast of characters to meet. The island residents all have their own issues, interconnected drama, conflicts, breakups, latent romances, and more to uncover. And it's up to you to decide if you'd like to turn blossoming friendships into flirty relationships. You can enjoy a series of activities with the characters, like nighttime drives and bonfires at the beach, with multiple romances to choose from, including a rivals to lovers arc. You get to pick who to spend time with, who to send that text to, who to invite over for a movie night, and who to fall for. But there are also many friendships and platonic relationships to be built with your newfound family, and the more you help out around town, the more you'll get to know them. Plus, they might even let you in on some secrets of the island as a thank you, including shortcuts to help you on your deliveries, date spots to wow your romantic interest, and honestly, sometimes just straight up gossip. On top of all of this, you will also be able to decorate your new flat to really make a proper home for yourself as you settle in. Crescent County is being developed as a single-player experience for Steam, including Steam Deck, and also for Xbox Series X and S. While there are currently no additional plans for other consoles, depending on how things pan out throughout development, the team would be open to considering other platforms, which would be amazing to see. As I previously mentioned, there is a demo available now on Steam, so you can try out a sample of the game for yourself. But also be sure to give it a wishlist if you're interested to help support the tiny team, and also to keep tabs on the game as we eagerly await for a release, which is estimated for sometime in late 2026. Now, for those of you who really click with this concept and would like to learn even more, the team is currently running a Kickstarter campaign, which will be linked in the description for your reference. The game is already fully funded, and some exciting stretch goals have been unlocked, like an extended lo-fi soundtrack and expanded romances and date locations, which is awesome. The Kickstarter is also an amazing spot to take an even deeper dive into learning about the cast of characters, the island's lore, the team behind the game, and so much more. But as always, please be sure to do your own research if you do decide to back the project, and be aware of the potential risks. Now, overall, I really enjoyed my time with the game's demo and loved coasting through the expansive landscapes, just vibing with the lo-fi beats. I was pleasantly surprised and impressed by the Motorbroom handling, and really appreciated the unique concept of this witch tech universe. I just wanted to learn more about the lore behind it all. I also enjoyed how different each job was. I was initially expecting point A to point B deliveries, but had a lot of fun with the variety of minigames and goals involved. I specifically can't wait to learn more about how the relationships and romance system will work, and would love to dive further into the life simulation elements of this game, especially the decorating. But there you have it, friends. Those were my first impressions and thoughts on Crescent County, but feel free to share yours. Anything and everything, you know I always love hearing from you. Thank you again so much to Electric Saint for sponsoring today's video, and with all that being said, thank you so much for watching. I love you all. And until next time, take care.